Hello guys, in this video we will be discussing about the properties or the characteristics of a balanced three-phase system wherein the system is connected in Y connection. So for our introduction, let's have this. We will be discussing for first the voltage properties, second the phase sequence ABC or the positive sequence, third, the negative sequence voltage. Fourth, the current, the line current and the phase current. Fifth, the per phase analysis on how are we going to solve the problem if there will be now the given load. And lastly, the power. In three phase, we have the apparent, the active, and the reactive powers. And in these last slides, now we will be having the problem solving. So let's have this first page. Now here in our circuit diagram, now we have the three-phase source, now the three-phase line, and we have the three-phase load connected in Y. And as we can see here, we have two groups of voltages. The red voltages are the what we call line voltages. For example, the voltage from lines A to B. So we have the VAB and so on. We have the VBC, VCA. While here at the load side, at the neutral point, now given that we have the neutral point in the Y system, we have the per phase voltage VAN, VBN, and VCN. Okay? So what is this property? Number one, line voltages are 120 degrees apart, and we can also take note that the phase voltages are also 120 degrees apart. Okay, going back to our first topic or discussion, we said that we have the line voltages, we have the VAB, VBC, and VCA. And talking about the angles now between the respective voltages, so we have 120 degrees difference now from each line voltages. And as we can see here now, we now also have the ACB sequence. And if we say that the voltage is in ACB sequence, now from the sequence AC, CB, and BA, this will be the line voltages. VAC followed by VCB and VBA. And also, these line voltages na in the negative sequence also have the 120 degrees angle difference na between each other. And in the characteristic or property number 2, line voltages are 30 degrees ahead of their respective phase voltages. Now here in the positive sequence, if we have the line voltage VAB, it has a corresponding phase voltage VAN, and the VAN is lagging 30 degrees from VAB. Now if the VAB is 0 degrees or 0 degree angle, our VAN is negative 30 degrees. Okay? Next. Here now we have the VBC line voltage. Its corresponding phase voltage is VBN, lagging again by 30 degrees from VBC. And here also now we have the line voltage VCA. It has a corresponding phase voltage VCN, lagging by 30 degrees. So this is again one good example na if we will be talking about the angle. If the voltage CA is 120 degrees, now by the term lagging by 30, 120 minus 30. Diba? We can say here, no, we can assume, we can approximate, no, in our diagram that the VCN is positive 90 degrees. Since, again, the phase voltage is lagging by 30 degrees or in vice versa, no, the line voltage is ahead by 30 degrees from the phase voltage. And if we will be talking about the voltages in ACB sequence, now again we have the line voltage VAC, line voltage VCB, and VBA. And from the first letter, no, let's say, no, for our much more clear discussion, from the first letter, the voltage VAC line voltage has the corresponding phase voltage VAN. The line voltage VCB has the corresponding phase voltage VCN, and the line voltage VBA has the corresponding phase voltage VBN. So let us now discuss further, these two sequences, the ABC positive sequence and the ACB negative sequence. Now first, for the ABC positive sequence, now as the sequence states, we have first the voltage A, then the letter B, then the letter C. As we write that, now in our diagram, now assuming that the VAB is the angle zero, or let's say the reference, the line voltage VAB is followed by VBC, then finally followed by VCA. Now, actually, no, for us to have the technique, no, on how to have the sequence correct, so let's say that the voltage will rotate, the voltages, no, will rotate counterclockwise. And if you will be giving a reference line, no, let's say this one, the violet line, and you rotate the voltages, the sequence of the voltages that will pass through the reference line, that will be the sequence. Diba? First, the VAB will pass through, second, followed by VBC, and third, followed by VCA. And that is the ABC positive sequence. So the meaning of phase sequence actually, guys, is that the sequence of the voltages that will attain their maximum quantities. Okay? So going back here in our positive sequence, we discussed earlier that the line voltage VAB has the phase voltage VAN, the line voltage VBC has the phase voltage VBN, and VCN for the line voltage VCA. So we have these corresponding voltages, lines or phase values. Next, if we are going to extend the respective phase voltages to the opposite side, there will be the negative sign, right? Here, the VAN has the opposite negative VAN. The VBN has the opposite negative VBN, and the VCN has the opposite negative VCN. And by the parallelogram law, the vector sum the vector sum of two vectors is the resultant, right? So first here, the vector sum of negative VBN and VAN is the VAB. The vector sum of negative VCN and VBN is the VBC. The vector sum of VCN and negative VAN is the VCA. Or that is what we call the phasor difference. For for easier understanding or for easier memorizing, if the line voltage that we are solving is VAB from the sequence A and then B, we have the voltage AN minus the voltage BN, di ba, by the phasor difference using the phase voltages. If we are looking for the voltage BC, again, by the sequence BC, that is VBN minus VCN. And for the sequence or for the voltage VCA, that is can be solved by VCN minus VAN. Or in our general formula, now we can directly convert a line voltage to the phase voltage, or vice versa, a phase voltage to the line voltage. So by the blue formula, if we are looking for the line voltage, this is what we're gonna do. The magnitude of the phase voltage must be multiplied by square root of 3. And also, the angle of the phase voltage must be added to 30. Diba? Just like in our first page property, the line voltages are 30 degrees ahead the respective phase voltage kasi. Here, if we are solving for the phase voltage, there will be the interchanging of the formula. Diba? The opposite of the formula. The line voltage now will be divided by square root of 3. And also, in case of the angle of the line voltage must be subtracted by 30 now. We have the opposite operations, di ba? If we are looking for the line voltage, multiply by square root of 3 and then add 30 to the angle. If we are looking for the phase voltage, we divide square root of 3 and then subtract 30. Next, if the phase sequence given in the problem is ACB, negative sequence. Now from the sequence A, C, and B, we have the line voltages AC, CB, and then BA. And again, with the same explanation, now they are the sequence of the voltages that will attain the maximum value with the rotation counterclockwise. So here, now we have the reference, first the VAC, that is the VAC, we have the letter A, followed by the VCB, the letter C, and followed by finally VBA. So that has the sequence A, C, and then B. And as we can see here now, we have the same phase voltages, VAN, VCN, and VBN, but we have a different set of the line voltages here. VAC for the phase voltage VAN, VCB for the phase voltage VCN, and VBA for the phase voltage VBN. But in case of this solution, guys, no, if we will be again solving for a line voltage, first, if we want to solve for the VAC, that is again the difference of AN and CN. If we are solving for the line voltage VCB, we have VCN minus VBN. Now from the sequence C and then B. And for the line voltage VBA, we have the VBN and the VAN. And we have the same formula, blue formulas here, that if you will be looking for the line voltage, the phase voltage will be multiplied by square root of 3. And then the angle of the phase voltage will have plus 30. And if we will be solving vice versa or the opposite, if we will be solving for the phase voltage, the line voltage will be divided by square root of 3 and the angle of the line voltage has minus 30. Sometimes the problem is in ACB sequence, but the given voltage are in VAB or in VBC, VCA. And in our discussion, here now in this video, we use those three voltages as the positive sequence voltages. Now, I suggest now in this video that if the problem is in negative sequence, we must use the line voltages VAC, VCB, or VBA. That this is only a suggestion. If you have the further or much further knowledge about this topic, guys, now you can still use the voltages VAB, VBC, and VCA in the negative sequence. Now for other techniques. But here now in this video, again, if we want to use, we want to stick with the voltages VAC, VCB, and VBA in the negative sequence, and the problem is giving us the voltages VAB, VBC, and VCA, we are just going to negate those voltages. In order for the VCA to become VAC, negate that, put the negative sign. In order for the VBC to become VCB, put negative sign. And in order for the VAB to become VBA, put the negative sign. Okay? Next, for the line currents and phase currents, now we will be talking now here in the current of our circuit. Now going back to our diagram, again, we have the lines from the source, right? The lines A, B, C. So the voltage from the lines A and B, we have the VAB. The voltage from the lines B and C, we have the VBC, and we have the VCA here. Now, in this case, we have the positive sequence. And we have the phase load, the per phase loads, wherein we have the neutral point or the neutral line, since there is the common point here in our Y connection. The voltage from the line A to the neutral is the phase voltage VAN. The voltage from the line B to the neutral is the voltage VBN. Next, the voltage from the line C to the neutral is the voltage VCN. And if there is the voltage source and we have the impedance of the loads, there will be now the current. From the line A, we have the line current A. Here, we have the line current B. And here, we have the line current C. And the property of the current in the Y connection is that the line current IL is just equal to the phase current. Since as we can see now, there is the series connection of the line and the load. So again, this is a distinct characteristic of the Y connection. The line current is equal to the phase current. Also by vectors, now if we want to solve for the neutral current, this is the sum of the three line currents, IA, IB, and IC. So we have IA plus IB plus IC. Now, by vectors, if we say by vectors, the currents must have angles. But engineers, no, and guys, no, since we are in the balance system, we must have an answer 0 for the neutral current. Now, if you are trying to prove or if you are solving a problem and then you are getting the three currents A, B, and C, your system or the problem is in balance system, try to prove no, that the answer must be 0 no, for the neutral current. And here, no, if we will be talking about the angle between the phase current, and we can now say that these phase currents are IA, IB, and IC, since then again, that this is the reason the line current is equal to the phase current. The angle between the current and the corresponding phase voltage. So in the Y connection, we have the phase voltages VAN, VBN, and VCN, is the angle phi. So let's have the diagram here. Now, if we are trying to graph or to put the vectors, the phase voltage VAN with the corresponding current IA, the phase voltage VVN with the corresponding current IB, and the phase voltage VCN with the corresponding current IC, there must be the same angle difference between those voltage and corresponding current. We will be proving that later, I think. And then here, now we have the per phase analysis. Now what is the work? What is the job of the load? So for the load engineers or and guys connected in Y, I think the problem will be giving no what is the value of the impedance of the loads per phase. Now we already know here now the current and the voltage positions. And here now since it is connected to the line A and to the neutral point, we have the impedance ZAN. Since this is connected to the line B and the neutral point, we have the impedance ZBN, and connected to the line C and neutral point is the impedance ZCN. Guys, now we do not have the Ohm's law in terms of line. Avoid doing the Ohm's law wherein you are solving for the line current and then you will be using line voltage divided by line impedance. Now, do not ever use that Ohm's law formula in the three-phase system. So in the three-phase system, we always first perform the per phase analysis wherein we try to solve the per phase current. Since we are solving for the per phase current, then the Ohm's law is per phase voltage divided by the per phase impedance. And again, guys, if you can still remember, we said this a while ago that in terms of magnitude, the phase voltage is the line voltage that is divided by square root of 3, right? Since most of the problem given has the line voltage instead of the phase voltage. And then, guys, now we discussed this also. After solving the I phase, the phase current in the Y connection, we can already answer that current as the line current since they are equal. So, if we want to expand more our discussion about the current, if we will be solving for the IA, that is the Ohm's law using the letter A, VAN phase voltage divided by the ZAN phase impedance. If we will be solving for the current IB, we will be using the VBN phase voltage divided by the ZBN. And for the current C, we have the VCN divided by the ZCN. Or simply, sometimes no, if the magnitude is just the needed one, or we are not required to show the angle, we can just use that we simply divide again. Now let us repeat this. We simply divide the line voltage by square root of 3 and then we divide again by the phase impedance. Now since we are in the balanced system kasi, now, there will be the equality of the three line currents or phase currents. And then lastly, now for our principles or introduction, how are we going to solve for the power in three-phase system? So first, let us try to have this. If we only want to use the magnitudes, meaning we do not want to use the angle. If the problem is looking for the S total, which is the apparent power, we can solve the S, di ba? In our AC circuits, the S is the product of the voltage and the current. But here, no, the red box, inside the red box is the product of the voltage and the current, but per phase. And we are in the three-phase system. So if that formula inside the box is the formula solving for the S in one phase, we multiply that by 3 since we are in the balance system. If we say balance system, there are 3 equal powers, di ba, per phase. And below that, if we will be using the product of the line voltage and the line current, we multiply square root of 3. If you want to prove that formula, try to convert this. Now try to convert the V phase using the line voltage and the I phase using the line current. Let us try. Okay, let us try. No, here. Here guys, now we have the 3, copy the 3. And what do we know about the phase voltage coming from the line voltage? Di ba we have the line voltage divided by square root of 3. This is the conversion of the phase voltage. And we also introduced that in the Y system, the line current is equal to the phase current. So we just need to simplify this in the calculator. What is 3 divided by square root of 3? We have square root of 3. So that proves now why we have this square root of 3 multiplier to the product of the VL and the IL. If the problem is looking for the power in watts or the what we call active power, so again we multiply 3 to the per phase power in watts. I think we are familiar in this formula, di ba? The power in watts is voltage times the current times the power factor. And we multiply square root of 3 if, again, we will be using the line quantities. And for the reactive power, we have 3 times 3 again if we will be using the per phase values. And it is multiplied to sine times the angle of the power factor. To the sine of the angle ng power factor. And we have multiplier square root of 3 again if we will be using the product VLIL and also multiplied to the sine of the power factor angle. And guys, now I think we have the much more easier or we have the much easier or faster solution if we are talking about the power in the AC system. If you think that if you're expecting that there is the power factor or the angle of the given quantities, why not use the complex power? If we say complex power, we are using the solution for the voltage, current, and impedance, including their angles. Now, including their angles. The S per phase, the apparent power per phase, is the product of the voltage per phase and the conjugate of the current per phase. Take note, again, if we are using the complex power, the respective angles of the voltage, current, and impedance must be included. If your voltage has a given angle, you must include that. If the current has the given angle, we must include that. In case that these are the given, the voltage and the per phase impedance, this is the formula. The per phase voltage must be inside the absolute value, or in explanation, our voltage will not be using the angle. Take note of that. Take note of the requirement. If the voltage is multiplied to the conjugate of I, the angle of the voltage must be included. If the voltage must be used together with the conjugate of J, based on the absolute value here, we can just omit or we must omit the angle of the voltage. Try to prove that your answer will be wrong if you try to put the angle inside the voltage and you do not use the absolute value. So you must use, no, the absolute value here. Absolute value of the per-phase voltage raised to 2 and then divided by the conjugate of the Z per phase. So thus, now we discuss here, this is the per phase power. Thus, if we will be again solving for the three-phase power, since we have the balanced system, there are three equal phases. We are just going to multiply 3 to the original formulas to solve for the total. And if you will be showing your answer, since we are in the complex mode, now we are solving using complex numbers. If your answer is in rectangular form, this is the meaning. The real number of your answer is the total active power or the power in watts. While the imaginary number, the one with the letter I or with the letter J, that is the total reactive power or the power in bar. And I think now we know how to convert the rectangular form complex number to the polar form. And this is the polar form. The magnitude of the polar form is the total apparent power or the power in volt ampere. And the angle of that polar form is the one that we will be using inside the cosine theta. You know this, right? The cosine theta is the power factor. So if the problem is looking for the power factor, so why not show a total S with the angle and use that angle inside the cosine theta. Okay? So let us now solve problems. So here we have the problem saying that there is a balanced Y connected load of 8 plus J6 ohms per phase. This is connected to a balanced three-phase 400 volts supply. So guys, now, okay, let us try to have the diagram. This will be the load connected in Y. And this is the per phase, these are the per phase impedances. Again, guys, these have values 8 plus J6 no, in one phase, 8 plus J6 in another phase, and 8 plus J6 in the third, since we have the balance system. We have the lines A, B, and C. If not stated, we always assume a positive sequence. And also, I think no, it is more often that we use VAN as reference. Now, when we say reference, the VAN has the angle 0. Okay? So, for each line, there is the magnitude of the line voltage, 400 volts. Now, for the lines A and B, we have 400 volts. Lines B and C, we have 400 volts. And CA, we have 400 volts, which is, again, guys, do not forget, there is 120 degrees angle difference between them. Do not forget that. Now, if you will be using the per phase analysis, especially if we will be using vectors, or if we are not using the magnitude only solution. The question here is find the magnitude of the line current. Since in our diagram or in the problem, there is the line voltage, there is the impedance. This is just an Ohm's law solution, wherein we have the V over Z. Can you still remember? I will say it now again, no? That we cannot use line quantities in the Ohm's law. Instead, we use per phase solution. Now, what is the per phase solution? So, try natin. Now, let us try this. Now, if it is not required to use the angle, so let's try this, magnitude only. the I per phase is equal to the voltage per phase divided by the impedance per phase. Okay. If we substitute a voltage 400 and then the impedance per phase is 8 plus J6, you have the wrong solution, right? Where is the wrong solution? Here at the voltage. We discussed earlier that we have the direct conversion from the line voltage to the phase voltage in Y connection, right? So if we are in the Y connection, the phase voltage is the line voltage divided by square root of 3. Do not forget that property in terms of the voltage and the current in Y connection. Let us try to note, let us note this, no? Sa Y connection, the per phase voltage is the line voltage divided by square root of 3, but the per phase current is equal already to the line current. This is only for the Y connection. So here, if we perform that in the complex solution, 400 divided by square root of 3, this is the phase voltage in the numerator, divided by the phase impedance in the denominator, and then showing the magnitude in polar form, we have the answer 23.09 amperes. Yan. But no, our problem has the note red, color red. Now, it says that also show the three vector line currents, then prove that IA, IB, IC is equal to 0. Now, since it is stated in the problem to use vectors, we must include now the respective angles. Again, going back here in the formula, if we are solving right, di ba, for the IA, the phase voltage must be VAN and then divided by the phase impedance ZAN. We have the current B, which is the phase voltage VBN divided by the impedance ZBN. And for the current C, we have the phase voltage VCN divided by the phase impedance ZCN. And we must remember this, na if not stated, I think it is frequently used. Now, if not stated, the VAN has the reference angle 0. Here, the VAN, not the line voltage. Unless stated, unless there is an angle stated in the problem, now we must follow the sequence for that angle. So by substitution, again, this 400 volts must be divided by square root of 3 since we need to substitute a phase voltage, VAN, and then putting the angle reference 0 here, divided by the, again, what is the per phase impedance? 8 plus G6. While here, the current B, with the balance system, there is the same magnitude of the voltage, 400 over square root of 3 for the phase voltage. But here now, we will be using the angle negative 120, right? If we have the ABC sequence, positive sequence, again, we just minus 120 from the reference, no, for the following voltages. Again, di ba, from the reference letter A, we have the 0. And the ABC sequence, we have this. The letter A is coming first, and then followed by B, and then followed by C. So for every following voltage, we minus 120. So here we have negative 120 since we minus 120 from 0. And then divided by the same impedance. And for the IC, now we have 400 over square root of 3. Now what will be again the angle of this? From negative 120, we again minus 120, the answer is negative 240, or simply the positive 120 for the positive and negative value of an angle. But here now we have the fixed solution. Now for every sequence given, the following voltage from the first voltage, or from, yes, now from the first voltage, we minus 120. And then divided by 8 plus J6. Now you can pause the video now to take a screenshot. Now since we do not now have the space, let me move this down. Now if we are now going to solve for the current, I think let us show in, I don't know, in polar form. Now 400 divided by square root of 3, you can omit the angle since 0 siya. Pero we can also put that angle 0. And then 8 plus 6i. In polar form, we have this. 23.09, negative 36.87. Now 23.09, angle negative 36.87. While for the current letter B, if we are going to replay, now press the replay button in the calculator, since we are just going to change this, the angle, from 0, this will become negative 120. The answer is same magnitude, 23.09, but the angle is negative 156.87. Now 23.09 and negative 156.87. And then lastly, now for the current C, we are just going to change by the 120 into negative 240. The angle here is 23.09, same magnitude, and angle 83.13. Now 23.09, now with the angle 83.13. So here, we are showing the balance system. First, by magnitude only, we have the magnitude 23.09. But in our second solution, now when we use the complex numbers or the angles, we still have the magnitudes, same magnitudes 23.09 with different angles. Okay? So let us go back here. The relationship or the diagram of the respective phase voltage and current. So let's have the highlights. Diba, for the VAN, it has the respective current IA. For the VBN, it has the respective current IB. And for here, no, the VCN, this is the current. Right here, no, we have the reference PAN. We have here the two other voltages. We have the, what is this? The angle negative 240. Engineers or guys, let's type this now. Negative 240 is the same as the angle positive 120. Okay? So here we have the VCN. So this is angle 0. Can we just write this as positive 120? We already proved that, right? And we have the VBN, which has the angle negative 120. And if we are to put the angles of the current, or if we are to put the vector currents, this is the IA, right? Since the angle of the IA is negative 36.87. And here, no, the IB naman has the angle negative 156. So meaning, so for the negative rotation of our angle, now we will be exceeding the vector VBN, since the VBN only has 120 degrees negative, but the IB has negative 156. So let us approximate the position here. We have here the IB with the angle negative 156.87. And for the current letter C, here na lang, no? If we are to rotate the positive angle, that angle is not that angle is not passing through the 90-degree angle, right? So dito lang siya. Now it is only here. We have the IC with the angle 83.13. Now what are we trying to prove here? We are trying to prove this diagram. We are trying to prove this property that for each angle, for each voltage and current pair, there must be the same angle between them. And we try to prove that. So here, since this is angle 0, so the difference between this voltage and current is 36.87. Let us try to prove this. 120 for the angle of the voltage. Let us minus the 83.13 angle of the current. So the difference is 36.87. And lastly here, now we have negative 120 and then minus the angle of the current, negative 156.87. So we have here also 36.87. I think we believe now, right, that for the balance system, there is the same angle difference na between the current and the voltage na for each phase. And for here, no, sabi pa ng problem, it is also said that try to add the three currents. The answer must be 0. Let us try. So IA plus IB plus IC must be equal to 0. Is this right? So for IA, we have 23.09, negative 36.87. Now take note, we already rounded off here, no? Let us try. The current letter B is 23.09 and negative 156.87 plus the current letter C, 23.09 na with the angle 83.13. Now, is this equal to 0? Let's see. 23.09 angle negative 36.87 negative 36.87 plus 23.09 angle negative 156.87 plus 23.09 angle 83.13. So the answer is 0, right? So that is for the balance, or this is for the currents in the balance system. Next, we have the same problem now. The balance Y connected load of 8 plus J6 ohms is connected to a balanced three-phase 400 volts supply. Solve for the power factor, the active, reactive, and apparent power. Now the problem is it's instructing us to use magnitudes only. So first, I think we can still remember this, na, di ba, that uh, let us try to show na in different solutions. We have 3 times the per phase voltage times the per phase current. Also, we show din, no? We also show na din square root of 3 line voltage times the line current. Let us prove, no? The same answer. So we have here 3. And what is the phase voltage again? Without the diagram, no. 400 over square root of 3, right? This will be our practice in our Y system. If the given is line voltage, we divide the line voltage by square root of 3 so that it will become the phase. And then based on our first problem, we already solved the phase current in magnitude 23.09. 23.09. Let us try to prove is this equal if we will be using square root of 3 and then we use directly the line voltage 400. No need to divide the square root of 3 since line siya. And then here, it is correct, right? That we will be still using 23.09 since the property or the characteristic in the Y system, we have the equal phase current and line current. Let's see. Now 3 times 400 divided by square root of 3 times 23.09. The answer is 15997.22. 15997.22 volt amperes. And if we perform naman this, square root of 3 times 400 times 23.09, we have 15997.22. Yes, we have the correct answer. Next, for the letter P, you still remember the formula? 3 times of the voltage per phase, current per phase, and then the power factor. Or square root of 3 VLIL times the power factor. But guys and engineers, di ba this is the S total? We already have the value of the 3 times voltage current and square root of 3 times the voltage current in line. Right? This is the S total. And it will follow that the letter P is just, the P total is just the S total times the power factor. But the power factor is not given. Now, where can we solve the power factor? We discussed earlier, I think it is said, no, I said this earlier, that we need the cosine and the angle of the S. Also, the angle of the impedance can be used. And then lastly, the angle of the voltage minus the angle of the current. I think we can use this since there is the given impedance. Diba from Z, which is equal to 8 plus J6. What will be the polar form of this? No, 8 plus 6i. No, in polar form, this is 10 angle 36.87. So we have 10 angle 36.87. So therefore, since this is one of the question, diba, first we solve for the S, we can now solve for the power factor. Cosine of the angle of the impedance. Cosine of 36.87 is 0.8, right? So we have 0.8. So it will follow now here in our P total that first we have already the S 15,997.22. We are just going to multiply the power factor 0.8. Now 15,997.22 times the answer. So 12,797.76. 12,797.76 watts. This is our third answer. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the only remaining question is for the letter Q. What is the formula of the letter Q? 3 times V phase I phase and then sine of the angle PF, right? Or square root of 3 VLIL times the sine of the angle power factor. Again, engineers and guys, with this combination of 3 voltage and phase current or the square root of 3 line voltage, line current, this is already the S total. We can simplify that the letter Q is S total times the sine of the angle. And let's have the substitution. The S total that we solved earlier is 15,997.22. And then we multiply the sine of the angle of the power factor. Now, what is the angle that we use for the power factor? That is the 36.87. So we have 15,997.22 and then sine of 36.87. 9598.35. 9598.35. This is in bars. So these are the 4 answers. Next, now for the last 2 pages. Same ang question. Now we have the same question, same problem, but we will be using a different solution, the complex power solution. And this is just the 2 solutions, di ba? That for the S total, we have 3 times the per phase voltage times the conjugate of the current per phase, or 3 times the magnitude of the per phase voltage raised to 2 divided by the conjugate of the Z per phase. So here, since the system is balanced, you can only choose one phase. So me, I will be using line A. Now if we say line A, meaning we will be using the per phase voltage VAN and the current IA. Diba? We only use one line here since balanced system naman siya. So we have 3 here. Can you still remember the per phase voltage? Again, the characteristic of the per phase voltage is that the line voltage will be divided by square root of 3, and we must consider the angle, right? So the angle of the VAN, as we use that in the first problem, the angle of the VAN is 0. And here, conjugate. Now let us type the conjugate. And then what is the current IA? The current IA is this, 23.09 negative 36.87. Na 23.09 angle negative 36.87. So 3 times 400 over square root of 3, we can omit the angle 0, or you can also put that if you want. And then conjugate. In our calculator, we have the conjugate function, or simply you take the opposite sign of the angle. So the conjugate of 23.09 angle negative 36.87 is same magnitude 23.09 with the opposite angle. It will become positive 36.87. So but me, I will use the conjugate function of the calculator. 23.09 angle negative 36.87. So we have here 12,797.76, 12,797.76 plus J 9598.35, 9598.35. We discussed this that if our answer for the complex power is in rectangular form, what is the meaning of that? Diba, in the rectangular form, the real number is the P total and the imaginary number is the Q total. So guys, this is the watts. And this is the var. We have our first answer, di ba? We must show the same answer since we have the same problem from the previous page. And from the previous page, we have this answer. 12,797.76 for the watts and 9598.35 for the bars. Yes, we are showing the same answer. Next, di ba if we are to show naman the polar form of our answer, 15,997.22 na 15,997.22 no, with the angle 36.87. This is the VA. And we are proving the same answer again, 15,997.22. And we are also proving the same angle, 36.87. So also, di ba, the power factor is cosine of 36.87, which is earlier, we have the answer here, 0.8. It is much easier, especially with this second solution. Now, this solution became faster since we already solved for the I phase eh. But what if we saw the problem for the first time? And in the problem, only the letter Z and the line voltage is given. Now we can also use that, which is more easier. Diba? We can directly use the formula. So 3 times absolute of 400 over square root of 3. This is the phase voltage, angle 0, raised to 2. So again, we use the line A. Now using VAN and ZAN divided by the conjugate of 8 plus J6. So guys, here naman, if you are getting the conjugate of a rectangular form, you just take the opposite sign of the imaginary part. So the conjugate of 8 plus J6 will become 8 minus J6. So but then again, I will be using the conjugate function of the calculator. Now I am trying to maximize the use of the calculator. Now 3 times the absolute value, or the shortcut for the absolute value is that you just omit the angle. Now you just remove any value of the angle, not round off, just remove. And then conjugate of 8 plus 6i. So for the rectangular form, we have 12,800 plus J96. Actually, no, actually pala, this solution will give us the more exact answer, which is 12,800 watts instead of 12,797 watts. And here we have 9,600 bars instead of 9,598 bars. And if we are to show the letter S in polar form, na shift to 3, 16,000. Now with the angle 36.87. Instead of 15,997, we have 16,000. Now this is because of the rounding off. Di ba? We rounded off our answer eh. In our current, 23.09. So 36.87. So this is our volt ampere answer. And again, we have the power factor, 0.8, since we have the same angle, 36.87, inside the cosine function. Now, I hope that we are understanding more about this topic, especially the complex power. Now, what if we use, now we are not going to write this na, Now let us just try in the calculator. Instead of line A, we use line B here. Now in our solution here. Now let's see if we can still replay that solution in the calculator. Here, no, we can still use this. So again, instead of line A, we use line B. Now let's go back to our solution. Now with that lines, now with that line B. Here, for the voltage, we have negative 120. And for the current, we have negative 156.87. So let us change the values. Here no, sa ating calculator, for the voltage, negative 120. And for the current naman, negative negative 156.87. Okay? So for our answer in the calculator, when we change the lines that we use, the calculator still gave the same 12,797.76 and 9,598.35, or in polar form 15,997.22 and 36.87. Also this, if we are to replay and we use negative 120 angle for the voltage, that has no effect, right? Since, just like what I said, because of the absolute value, any angle that you put that, the angle will be removed. The angle will just be omitted because of the absolute value. The same answer pa din. And for our last problem, now we'll be talking about the voltage here. The phase voltages of the Y-connected source are given VAN, VBN, and VCN. Now let us try to have the diagram, the phasor diagram of the voltages. So VAN is 231 with the angle 0. So this will be the reference line. But it is clear, no, that we have here the VBN, which is 231 angle negative 120. And for the VCN, here naman, 231 angle 120. What is the phase sequence of the system? So again, guys, now how do we write the sequence? Diba, what is the sequence of the voltages attaining their maximum value? Diba, if we are going to rotate the voltages counterclockwise, just like what we explained earlier, now with this reference line, let's say the 90-degree line, the first voltage that will attain the maximum value is the voltage letter A. And then it will be followed by the voltage letter B, and lastly by the voltage letter C. Now we have the answer ABC sequence. And if we are in the ABC sequence, what are the corresponding line voltages? We have the VAB, right? Which is by phasor difference, VAN minus VBN, diba, by the sequence A minus B. And we have the VBC, which is VBN minus VCN. And we have VCA, which is equal to VCN minus VAN. Let's have the substitution since the three phase voltages are given. So this is the VAN, VBN, and VCN. So by substitution, 231 angle 0 minus 231 angle negative 120 for the VAB. And for the VBC naman, these two voltages will be used. 231 angle negative 120 minus 231 angle positive 120. And for our third line voltage, ito naman yung gagamitin, 231 angle 120 minus 231 angle 0. So let's have the answers. 231 angle 0 minus 231 angle negative 120 in polar form. 400, let's say 400, no? Angle 30. Approximate natin in whole number. 400 angle 30. While for here naman, second voltage, 231 angle negative 120 and then minus 231 angle positive 120. Here, no, in polar form, 400 angle negative 90. And then lastly, 231 angle 120 minus 231 angle 0 or simply 231 magnitude. In polar form, 400 angle 150. If we are to graph that, we have this 400 angle 30. And then this one, 400 angle negative 90. And then lastly, 400 angle 150. What are we proving here? Let us check the first page. We are proving here the two properties of the voltages. The line voltage are 120 degrees apart, and also the line voltages are 30 degrees ahead with the respective phase voltage. Di ba? The line voltage VAB has an angle 30, while the phase voltage AN has the angle 0, a difference of 30 degrees. Also here, the angle negative 90 and negative 120 has the difference, 30 degrees. And finally, for the voltage letter C, 150 minus 120. Again, that is 30 degrees difference na between the phase and the line voltage. And if we talk about each of the line voltages naman, 150 here, no, here. From 150 angle and 30-degree angle, a difference of 120. 150 to negative 90, a difference of 120. And also here, we have the difference of 120. Di ba? And for the last time, no, for the mastery, I hope no we can use this for the mastery. We also discussed now from the first slides that we can have the direct conversion of line voltage and phase voltage and vice versa. Di ba, if we want to find the line voltage, it is said that we must multiply the per phase voltage by square root of 3, and then the angle of the voltage must have plus 30. And siguro, write na din natin, no? Let us also write this, although this is not needed since this is already given, the phase voltage. The line voltage must be divided by square root of 3. This is the angle of the phase. And the angle of the line current must be subtracted by 30 degrees. Dito tayo, we will be using this formula. So, if we are looking for the VAB, we need this that the phase voltage VAN must be multiplied by square root of 3, and then the angle of the AN must have plus 30. So, let us try that. Eto, di ba, this is the VAN. 231 must be multiplied by square root of 3. And then the angle of the AN is 0. So plus 30. Now what will be the answer? 231 angle 30. Kasi 0. 231 times square root of 3. Here. So the answer is, in polar form, 400, angle 30. Now, let us approximate again in whole number. How about the VBC? What is the respective phase voltage of the VBC? We have the VBN. The VBN phase voltage must be multiplied by square root of 3, and then the angle of BN must have plus 30. So with the same magnitude, 231, and then multiplied by square root of 3, the angle of BN is negative 120, and then plus 30. 231 times square root of 3, tapos angle negative 120 plus 30. Now, in polar form, 400 angle negative 90. And then lastly, for the voltage CA, that is the phase voltage VCN multiplied by square root of 3. And then the angle of the CN must, angle of CN must have plus 30. 231 square root of 3, and then angle 120 plus 30. Right, engineers, di ba 231 times square root of 3 is approximately 400. And pagdating dito sa angle, 120 plus 30, we have 150 degrees. Now, are we showing same answers? I think yes, di ba? 400 angle 30 for AB, 400 angle negative 90 for BC, and 400 angle 150 for CA. And that's it no for our Y connection. So I hope guys know that I share my knowledge clearly to you, and I think no, if ever that we will be having next video about the Y connection, I think we will be considering now the impedance of the transmission line. Now we will be trying to solve problems that there is the impedance of the load, and at the same time there is the impedance of the line or the transmission line. So that's it guys, and engineers, now have a blessed day and happy studying.